Okay, so today's deep dive has a bit of a twist. We're going into website privacy policies.
Okay.
You know, those walls of text everybody loves to scroll past.
Right.
Our source material today is Stable Diffusion's privacy policy.
Okay.
They're an AI image generation platform that's really blowing up right now, but what are they actually doing with your data?
Yeah.
And the kicker is, our instructions say we have to end this whole deep dive with a, quote, read the small print.
Oh, wow.
Talk about burying the lead, right?
Yeah, that's an interesting approach.
Yeah.
It's almost like they're acknowledging the irony a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, privacy policies are supposed to be there to be transparent, to let you know how a company's using your data.
Right.
But in reality, most of them are just these really long, jargon-filled documents.
Yeah.
They're really designed to protect the company legally more than they're designed to actually inform you.
Exactly. So before we even get into the nuts and bolts of Stable Diffusion's policy,
Sure.
I'm curious, like, what's the impact of knowing that ending
Right
from the start?
Yeah.
Does it change how we approach all this information, knowing we're going to end with that little kind of pointed reminder?
It absolutely does.
Okay.
It's like they're priming us to be more critical, more aware.
Okay.
So, you know, if you think about it, do companies actually want us to sit there and read through all the legalese?
Right.
Or are they kind of hoping we'll just be intimidated and like agree without a second thought?
Yeah.
You know?
Totally. So, okay. So starting with the ending in mind,
Okay.
let's actually unpack what Stable Diffusion collects. And from my initial skim, it looks like the usual suspects, you know,
Sure.
your personal info if you give it to them,
Right.
technical stuff like your browser type, and of course cookies.
Right. And they're very upfront about using that information to run the website,
Okay.
which makes sense.
Right.
But there are a couple of phrases in here that I think warrant a closer look.
Okay.
For example, they mention using data for marketing and other purposes.
Okay.
And I think that last bit, especially coupled with marketing,
Yeah.
that's intentionally vague.
Yeah.
And it could allow for data use that you might not be comfortable with if you knew the specifics.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where it gets a little,
Right.
I don't know, like,
Yeah.
I get that websites need data to function.
Sure.
But that other purposes thing is like, makes me think twice about what I'm agreeing to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It makes that read the small print warning feel
Yeah.
less like a funny little aside and more like
Yeah.
actually important.
It is important, and this is a perfect example of why. Because buried in that small print,
Yeah.
they mention using cookies to, and I quote, enhance user experience.
Okay.
Which on the surface sounds great,
Right.
but we need to think critically about what that actually means.
Actually,
Right?
it's like that time that you searched for a blue sweater online and then suddenly
Yeah.
you're seeing blue sweater ads everywhere.
It's
Is that a helpful enhancement?
Right.
Or is that just creepy targeted marketing?
Exactly, and it goes beyond targeted ads.
Okay.
Like cookies track your activity online. They build this really detailed profile of your habits and your preferences.
Right.
And while some people might not mind that,
Yeah.
it does raise some privacy concerns.
Yeah.
Especially if that data falls into the wrong hands.
Okay.
Like you think about all those data breaches we keep hearing about.
Right.
That's your information they're selling.
So enhanced user experience for some
Right.
could be a privacy nightmare for others.
Exactly.
Speaking of how fast things change online,
Yeah.
I noticed that Stable Diffusion's policy was last updated July 11th, 2023.
Okay.
In the fast-paced world of tech that feels like ancient history,
Yeah.
does that even matter?
It matters a lot.
Okay.
Think of it like this.
Okay.
The digital world is constantly evolving.
Right.
Like new technologies emerge, regulations,
Yeah.
change, companies are constantly adapting their data practices.
Yeah.
So a policy from July might not cover how they use your data today.
Especially with AI advancing as rapidly as it is.
So we're supposed to like stay informed, but these policies are changing faster than I can hit play on a new deep dive.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
I get it. It can feel kind of overwhelming,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
there are ways to make it feel a little less daunting, you know?
Okay.
First of all, you don't have to read every single word,
Okay.
right? Start by skimming for those key sections.
Okay.
Look for words like data collection, sharing, cookies.
Right.
Those are usually the most revealing parts.
All right.
And honestly, there are some really great browser extensions out there
Okay.
that are specifically designed to analyze these privacy policies
Wow.
and just give you the main points in plain language.
Okay, so it's like having a translator for the internet legalese.
Okay, that makes me feel a lot better.
Yeah.
But I guess even if I do understand a company's policy,
Right.
it doesn't really feel like I have a lot of say in the matter.
Sure.
It's either I agree or I don't get to use the website.
That's a really valid point.
Yeah.
But I think it's important to remember that our collective awareness does have power.
Okay.
So supporting organizations that are fighting for digital rights,
Right.
reaching out to elected officials about these data privacy concerns, those small steps can really contribute to some bigger changes.
Right. It's not about just being some tech whiz. It's about being an informed citizen.
Exactly.
We started this deep dive talking about Stable Diffusion's privacy policy,
Right.
but that's just one website,
Yeah.
one company out of millions.
Exactly.
This read the small print warning, it feels almost symbolic now.
It really does, because I think what this deep dive has really exposed is there's a fundamental tension in our relationship with technology.
Okay.
We love the convenience, we love the personalization,
Right?
but we can't ignore the potential costs.
Right.
So being informed is crucial,
Yeah.
but it's also a call to action.
Okay.
We need to start demanding more transparency from companies.
Yeah.
We need to be advocating for stronger data protection laws.
So read the small print.
Yes,
Understand what you're agreeing to.
absolutely.
And don't be afraid to speak up for your digital privacy.
I think that's a great place to wrap it up.
I think so too.